Oop, wrong screen. There we go. I have not yet given up. It's more time for some more Jump King. And there we go. I was just saying, I'm pressing the spacebar. Why is nothing happening? Alright. Let's see how many times I'm gonna fall down this time around, eh? Oh god, I forgot that last time I stopped at Bargenberg because I didn't trust myself anymore. Speaking of not trusting myself, oh no, this is a good start. Included the drop frames that OBS has. OBS, you okay? I take that as I'll close some programs, huh? Let's see, what else can I close? This I can close. Not that OBS should really have any problems. My computer is fairly good, all things considered, but yeah, no, it wants to drop frames, huh? You good now, OBS? Let's hope that it is. I can't close much more than I already have. I mean, I could always get rid of my avatar. Oh no. Oh no, I've forgotten about everything, huh? Oh dear. Not these two jumps, though. It seems like I finally know how to do them. For now, at least. There we go. Just need to get a little bit warm here. I say having to yet to do the actual tricky jump. Case in point. Honestly, this jump is just the worst. Okay, let's jump over here. Not enough. No, that was definitely too much. Well, as long as I keep landing on this platform here, I'm fine. The problem is if I'm falling down any further than that. Uh-oh. Like this? Ooh, that was close. That could have easily led me all the way down to the left there. Go. Oh, that was not enough. Man, this feels like if I was in Bargenberg here for the first time rather than the... I don't even want to know how many time. Although once I've made it... Really? I get the hang of it eventually, don't you worry. Like that, yes. Most difficult jump at Bargenberg is out of the way. Bit too much. There we go. There we go. It's funny how the late part of Bargenberg is so much easier than the early part. At least to me. That one jump, seriously. Wow, that counted, huh? I mean, I'll take it. Now let's see, what was... That was too much. That's fine, because that leads to 2 easy jumps. This, on the other hand, is not so fine. Oh, no, that was too much. Okay, that was a bit too much. What was the strength for this one? God, I've forgotten about everything. And this time it's been less of a break time since my last Jump King stream. So I don't even have the excuse of, oh, I haven't played this game in a month. It's not even been a week. That said, like last time I felt like the game was chugging a little bit. This time it seems more smooth, so maybe I get used to the bad chugging physics and now I have to get used to the real, actual physics of this game. Yeah, as if I'm just bad. Oh no. Ooh. Okay. This is fine, this is easy to recover from. As long as I'm not falling down to the like first jump of this area, or even worse yet, back to Bargenberg, I'm gonna be fine. Oops, I was actually on that, huh? Ow! That could have counted. Like, it must have been a pixel away. Oh well. Oop. Saw that one coming. Okay, yeah, let's practice jumping onto that flagpole from the right side here. I really need to get the hang of that at some point. Not today, though, it seems. Yeah, as long as that doesn't happen, is what I meant earlier. Oh well. It's still fine, it's still fine. That could have been a cool shortcut if that actually worked! No! Don't you do this to me, Bargenberg. Oh god. A little bit further to the right for the full jump. And I missed this jump too, oh god. Well. I don't know how people can get this precise with the jump mechanics. Like, you have to be down to the millisecond to get the desired jump. Oh. I mean, for most of these jumps you have enough of a leeway time to actually get to where you want to be, but especially in the DLC content, no such luck. You have to be so incredibly precise. I'm going to blame my cat on that, even though she wasn't even obscuring anything during that jump. Hey, Jezebel, and goodbye, Jezebel. That was dumb, yes, I agree. Hi there. Still struggling with this one jump. And apparently a lot more than that. Just, oh god, that one too. Oh god, I've forgotten everything. Oh, case in point. Okay, this is getting embarrassing. God damn it. And this is getting way too much. Oh. Yep. One screen at a time, just backwards. So really, nothing has changed since last stream. If anything, it got worse. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not even gonna think about it. I did think about it, and hey, I did fall down here. I wanted to say, at least I've gotten better at that part to the left where you couldn't fall all the way back down to the sewers in. But hey, I didn't fall down. I didn't jinx myself for once. But hey, on the plus part, even if I fall down, I tend to get back up pretty quickly nowadays. Would be even better if I didn't fall down to begin with, but you know, it's part of the game. And this one jump here can go. God damn it! I disagree on so many levels. I wonder if that is, if this jump here is the kind of the case like in that one jump in one of the I Want to Be the Guy games, where the developer of the game was testing this one jump, did it first try and thought, yeah, that's alright, that's doable. And then in the end it turned out to be the most difficult jump in the entirety of the game, even though this was kind of the halfway point or something like that. I do really feel like this jump right here is exactly like that. It's so much more precise than it needs to be. That follow-up jump that I just missed though? Yeah, no, that was entirely on me. No! There we go. And now comes the easy part, nothing but full jumps. Just imagine a Jump King game with nothing but full jumps for every jump available. Like, you'd still need to figure out where to position yourself in order to pull off the full jump, but still, like, every jump could be doable with a full jump. That would be kinda easy, but also very interesting. Oh my god, no. Okay. As long as I'm falling back down here and not any further, I'm fine. Nice. Back to the Great Frontier. This part is so much easier than Bargenberg. I say missing this jump. That's to full jump, really? I didn't remember that. Huh. Okay, then let's do it from the left. Nah, too much. Though part of me what feels that makes this area here, at least to me, easier than Bargenberg is that all the jumps I fall down, or that I miss generally, aren't as... oh god. As punishing as that one jump in Bargenberg that I keep missing. Or the fact that I keep having to do Bargenberg because I keep falling all the way back down. Ah. On the plus side, hey, it's only Bargenberg, it could be worse. Ah! I keep want to be super careful not overjumping that pole, and then I hold down the button for just a tiny bit too long after all. Ah! Bargenberg. This jump here was also, like, it's surprisingly precise. And if you mess it up, you fall way too far back down, like this. And this, everybody, is why I hate Bargenberg. Crud. I didn't even think about it this time. So how are you, everyone? Yeah, and I forgot every single jump since last time, huh? I mean, every other single jump, I guess. Some of them I can still do without too many problems, I guess. Not flawlessly, but well enough. Not this one. You know what? I'm gonna turn on some music. Maybe that's helping. Alright, which reminds me I need to shuffle that list. And... random music, go! Alright. Let's make it a little bit louder. Hope that it's not too loud. What do you mean OBS? What are you saying? Oh no, problems with the bandwidth or something. Why do you need so much bitrate? Or why do you have why are you struggling with this bitrate? Well, it hasn't dropped any more frames since the beginning, so that's fine at least. Yeah. No comment on that one. That was just a jump to the left. How did I mess that one up? There we go. You need to be all the way at the back. Gotta love full jumps. Oh. That one. No, that was still a wall bounce, wasn't it? Yes. There we go. That sewer section was so unnecessary. Ah. Really, I think the primary reason why I don't like Bargenberg is because I keep having to do this section all over again. Which technically is Bargenberg's fault. Well, I do keep falling down here from Bargenberg, or higher up even, but that's beside the point. Hey. Why did I... Oh well, that worked too. This didn't. I really admire people who can do all of these jumps. Like first try, or second try at least. Like not on first playthrough, but the people who dedicated hundreds of hours into the game that they can do these jumps really precisely. And the best case scenario even without spending hundreds of hours first. I mean, I haven't even spent 10 hours. Which doesn't make things better, like I'm certainly approaching 10 hours. And I still haven't made it past the keep. I forgot its name again, the stronghold. Dark Stronghold? I don't know. It's been so long I've forgotten all about it. But I certainly can remember Bargenberg! And this jump. If only I remembered how to do it too. Yeah, at least the jumps here are fairly easy, even if they're kind of scary like this. You know, for being a town, Bargenberg has a lot of bottomless pits, you know. Ah! Oh dear. What? These goddamn super spiky ending slopes. Ah. Hey there. Still struggling with Bargenberg, as you see. In that regard, Jump King is the perfect game for streaming. Nobody will ever miss anything because everything will have to be done over and over and over again anyway. Ooh, almost bumped my head and then I fell down here. That's a first, I think. That one isn't though. Please don't let me. No! God, that one jump, why is it so rude? Okay, there are many rude jumps, but crud. Binding of Isaac Gaza boss fight video. Either YouTube ate that comment, or I haven't seen it yet. Like, it's really weird. I saw how on the last Jump King stream, there were like 6 or 7 comments, according to YouTube, but only 4 or so of them actually showed. I'm not sure what happened there. Like, I even checked in Held for Review, but nothing was in there. Too much. But that video does sound interesting. Now I'll check for the video again later. Maybe by now YouTube has cleared it. And if not, I'm just gonna search it up for myself. That should hopefully help. There we go. And I don't mess this job up. Thanks. That's fine. As long as I'm not getting catapulted away, everything's fine. There we go. Ah, yeah, Great Frontier, that's what it was called. Ah. God. I posted today? Okay. Yeah, I haven't checked any comments yet today. In general, I'm not that fast when it comes to, like, responded comments, usually. Unless I'm in the middle of doing that anyway. Yeah. Ah, interesting. Come on, that's too much. That jump is so awfully precise if you try to do it from the right. But I also don't want to try it from the flagpole unless I just make it like this, because otherwise I just fall down anyway. Okay. Go. That was just a jump to the left. Yes. No bounce required. Ah. Ooh. Ah, no, 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 no. Oh well. As long as I make it up to that flagpole, it's not gonna be too time consuming. Like this. Unless I mess up the following jump, but hey, at least I landed on the flagpole. Like, that's some precise talent you got there, Mr. Jump King. Crud. When I check out the Runa mod, I better be prepared for the longest Slay the Spire stream I've done. Alright, I'll be prepared. I'm assuming because of the difficulty of that mod. Or is there just so much extra content there? Have I ever played Dark Souls? I have actually played Dark Souls 1 and 2. Really liked 1, not so much the second one. I don't know, like the enemy encounters just felt really bad in that game. I have started 3, but never made it past the first area for... I don't even know why. Like, I just lost interest, I guess. Well, I guess I made it past the first area, but not much further. Like, I got to what seemed to be the central hub area after we beat a boss, and went to the next area from there, and then I stopped. I should get back to that game at some point, but... Man, you really need to, like... You need a lot of focus with Dark Souls. And invest some serious time into it. And right now I'd rather, if I have some time, that I'm not spending working on various projects. Oh crap. I'd rather... not necessarily play some easier game. But play some other games that aren't Dark Souls. I say playing Jump King, which is probably just as frustrating as Dark Souls. 5 Acts of the Ruiner mod, oh. And very hard, okay. Then I better try that mod out with some of the characters that I'm more familiar with. Although, I feel like the easiest character in Jump King? What? The easiest character in Slay the Spire is probably the Ironclad. Even if I have a lot more fun with the Silent and the Defect. There we go. I mean, I just love those zero-cost decks, you know. Spam out your shifts, spam out your zero-cost claws, all for one. Okay, all for one isn't zero-cost, but it enables your zero-costs. Spamming cards is just so much fun. Oh wow, what a surprise, the guy who made the Kokoro mod, which heavily relies on a lot of card spamming, likes card spamming. Although there are non-card spamming ways to play Kokoro as well, so it's not like that. But I feel like card spamming is the the easiest way to play her. Yeah, oh, the area in Dark Souls 2, I just said the enemy encounters in general I didn't like too much. Why am I not making this jump anymore? Like, there we go. That's a full jump, yes. Crud. Like, in Dark Souls 1, there's a lot of like one-on-one encounters, or like one big guy and a couple of small guys that you can easily get rid of first. And you can usually lure bigger enemies away, or smaller ones, like you can usually lure enemies away so you can do a one-on-one encounter. And in Dark Souls 2 it felt like everything is 5 small enemies against you, and I just didn't like that. Okay. And as for being torn between too many projects, yeah, that is... no. Close though. Maybe if I walk further to the left, maybe then I can make a full jump. Like right now, I'm actually working on... not like just art-wise, non-streaming. I work on 3 different things. One of which being the new Slay the Spire mod. Although technically that's on hiatus right now, since I wanna do some art first for that before I do some more playtesting and stuff, because I can't look anymore at the default card art. But I also started working on an animation, which, unsurprisingly, animations take some time. Who would have thought? Oh, too much. Definitely too much. What? Ah, so you want me to play with Kokoro? I mean, technically speaking, I guess I'm most familiar with Kokoro, seeing how I created her. Or her mod, anyway. Yeah, who knows, maybe... nuts. Maybe I'll use a normal character, maybe Kokoro. I'll have some time. Like, I want to finish Jump King first, if I can help it, before I do some Slay the Spire stuff. What version of Dark Souls 2? I think it was the Scholar of the First Sin. Like, I can... what the heck? I came incredibly late to Dark Souls. in general. The first Dark Souls didn't really interest me at all when it first came out. Even like, I remember watching some of my friends, or one of my friends playing Dark Souls and thinking, that doesn't seem that interesting. And I don't remember why I eventually played Dark Souls after all. I think it was pretty much just, oh yeah, it's a difficult game where you have to actually try to make it through, and I guess it just seemed interesting to me at the point in time where I played it. Oh yeah, Minus T is releasing the animation this month? Yeah, I do follow Minus T on Pixiv, and I saw the artwork he posted there promoting the upcoming animation. I'm so hyped for it. God, I wish I was as good at animating as he is. On the flip side, Minus T has been working on animations for years, and I am animating like once in a blue moon. Crud! Ooh, okay. I thought the differences between normal Dark Souls 2 and Scholar of the First Sin wasn't that severe. Well, then again, I thought it was mostly just bug fixes, maybe a new level or so. Wouldn't have thought that they like changed the enemy encounters or the enemy placements in the game too. Ooh, close. Okay. Not okay. At least don't fall down too much unless you do this. Usually if you miss one jump, all the other following jumps are also gonna screw up. I don't know what it is. I guess just my muscles expecting one thing, but I fall down, so I have to do something else now. Marisa vs. Remo hype! Indeed. God, that reminds me of when I was playing Imperishable Night and I'm playing as Remo or... Who else fights Marisa? Is it Ramonya's team? I don't remember. It's been too long. I usually just play the game with Marisa. Usually solo. for bad reasons. Or not for bad reasons, but for like... It's a mistake is what I'm trying to say. And like, yeah, if I play the border team, oh yeah, I'm fighting against Marisa, easy 4th boss. If I fight with Marisa solo against Rema, oh my god, all the young orbs, they're killing me! And so, if you're solo, you cannot just focus in order for the yin yang orbs to disappear because you don't have a yokai with you. Those yokais, those yin yang orbs stay. In any game where the yin yang orbs can damage you, they will be the primary reason for my death. It's been the case in Imperishable Night, it's been the case in 204, what was the name? Lotus Land Story, it's the case in goddamn Highly Responsive to Prayers, where the yin yang orb is your weapon, but it can kill you too, and it usually kills you the most out of anything. Although I want to say they're not the cause of death that much in Megamari, but the jury's still out on that one. They might be close though. Close second. Ah, there are plans for Saki and Remi to fight Yoma and Yu, depending on who you picked. Yeah, that makes sense. That way, like, the cycle would be complete, or the 2 mini cycles. But I also understand why Soon didn't go for that, because that would have been 2 more bosses he would have had to implement, which, yeah, quality over quantity. That's always better. Oh no, I just did the bad thing. I thought, it's been a while since I've fallen all the way back down to Bargenberg. Should have thought that. Why am I tempting fate like this? But nothing has happened yet. I tempted fate. Okay, what was the distance for that again? Much more than this. Okay. Ah! Ooh. Bad part is you can't even... Oh, can you? Yeah, I guess you can still test out the waters for how high you need to jump. Higher than this? Way higher than this. This seems fine. Okay. Now, what is this jump here, though? What do I need to do in order to actually land on that? Not this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm highly responsive to prayers. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. Please don't make me do this jump all over again. They make me do this jump all over again. One jump at a time. The story behind highly responsive to prayers is kind of funny. Like, not the in-game story, but how it was made. Or why it was made, rather. Since... That was bad. Like, the big reason why Zune wanted to make highly responsive to prayers, or any game really, is because Zune's always been... or considered himself a video game musician. But he didn't know anybody who made any games for him to put his music into. So he thought, well, if I don't know anybody who can make a game for me so I can put my music in, I guess I'll just make this game myself. And now he's made a huge Dojin series with an insane fan following. It's so funny in a way. Sometimes all it needs for something grand to be made is just one lucky coincidence. Had Soon known anybody who would have had need for his music, Touhou wouldn't exist. Which is kind of weird. I wonder if I'd still be making comics today if I'd never gotten into Touhou, since that was... Like, before I was making Touhou comics, I was making Sonic comics with sprites that well, not I ripped, but that were ripped from several games. Primarily the old 16-bit games. But, yeah, when I stopped doing those comics, I decided, I guess I have some Touhou comic ideas, I guess I'll draw something for that, and yeah. That's how I became a hobby comic artist. And it's been stuck with me for years. So who knows, if I hadn't become a Touhou fan, there might have been another game series or anime series that I would have been infatuated with and drawn a lot of stuff for. Or maybe I would just be constantly switching between different games or anime. New area! And I cannot stand still here. Oh no. I'm wondering if you were asked by someone where to start in terms of Toho Printworks, where would you say to start? That's a good question. It really depends on... It really depends on what one is going for. If one likes serious stuff with huge lore, I'd probably say... Oh god, I don't want to go for this crow. Or do I? I really don't. Screw this, I'm out of here. I'm gonna regret doing this. Terrible regret, yes. Terrible regret! I didn't even get the crow. Yeah, if one likes some serious stories with some darker undertones, maybe. Oh, good lord. Then I'd go for... Yep, terrible regrets. I'd go for, what's it called? Forbidden Scrollery? The story with Kuzuzu? But if one likes lighthearted stuff more, I'd... then I'd definitely go for the Toho Sangetsusei series. They have several names throughout the series, but like the series with the 3 Fairies of Light, they are very lighthearted and very fun to read. Also kind of slice of life-ish, as much as you can do that in a like fantasy setting. And something more in between, I guess, then I definitely recommend Ibarakasen. But pretty much all the Toho print work is good. Admittedly, I didn't like the series where Silent Sinners in Blue belongs to. I forgot the main title for that series. But I think that's primarily because it has to do with the Lunarians, and I'm just not too much a fan of the Lunarians. Oh, and of course, Curiosities of Lotus Asia is also a very fun read. Although it is not a manga, it is a light novel. But it describes the world really well from a person who's incapable of, like, actually engaging in combat with anybody and who's just shut in his own store. Like, a person who experiences the world of Gensokyo passively, while still knowing what's going on, whereas in Forbidden Scrollery, the person also experiences the world passively, the main character in that series, but since she's a human, she doesn't really understand a whole lot of things that are actually going on in the background. Which is also interesting to read, though. So yeah, pretty much, I recommend all the Toho print works. There are 2 new ones, Lotus Eaters and Cheating Detective Satori, or Foul Detective Satori, depending on the translation. It changed at some point, I don't know why. Crud. Cheating Detective Satori is starting to get interesting now. Has a bit of a slow start, unfortunately. And Lotus Eaters, I haven't actually followed Lotus Eaters that closely in recent months. But that's been a fun read too, but I wouldn't know how to categorize it or who to recommend it to. Just a bit too long again. If it wasn't these two jumps right one after another, then I'd be so much happier. I think that's why I don't like Bargenberg, because it's two really annoying jumps. Nope. Like, look at this, I was in. Ah, well. And that was not enough. Yeah, there are two really precise jumps for some reason. The second one doesn't feel that precise, but it kind of is. And that jump's just bullshit. But hey, on the plus side, I made some progress today. I did get to a new area, then decided to chase a crow and regret it afterward. Like immediately. There we go. Right, I got sidetracked with too much Toho talk. Other than the Aqua ropes in any other references in the Kokoro mod, only one that I can think of right now, like one that's actively referencing another thing in pop culture, which is the card dress rehearsal, where Kokoro is dressed up as Beatrice from the Ubineko series. Other than that, there are a lot of the card art, or not card art, but a lot of the cards are references to old No theater plays. Like Spider Slasher, for example, or Crane and Tortoise is a super famous one. And I think it's just called Crane and Tortoise, where Spider Slasher is a weapon in a story which I have forgotten the name of. Originally I meant to have a lot more cards that reference No theater plays, but most of them were cut. Like they were used on cards that just weren't good, and then they were replaced by other cards, and I never managed to reuse those names. Because they just either didn't fit, or I already had a different name by the point in time where I had removed the cards that had references to No theater plays. There are a couple of other cards though that reference them. Incidentally, the Angel's Feather Rope is technically a reference to one of the No plays. Except, I mean, how could I not make a reference to, well, I guess I could have made a reference to Sega, since she also has like an Angel's Feather Robe. It's just the shawl that both Sega and Aqua from Konosuba have. And otherwise, I'm referencing some other characters, I guess. But that's not really a reference in that case, if I'm making use of the same series that the character originates from. I mean, I guess you could say it's a reference, but ooh. Curiosities of Lotus Asia does cover one of Mariso's backstories, with the other one being kind of retconned since there's a new one now. Well, I guess we never knew how Marisa got to know Mima, so... Although you could still make it work, Marisa, after having seen the, like... Was it a media shower or just some... God, what's Sternschnuppe called in English? Like some falling star, whatever. She could have met Mima in order to learn star-related magic. That's technically still possible. Ah, crud. But yeah, like, PC98 is pretty much retconned. Especially if it contradicts with the Windows canon. Oh, okay. Is Aqua my favorite? I mean, Aqua's fun, but I'd probably say Megumin is my favorite Konosuba character. Oh god, but who's following her? God, they're all so good. Especially in the not visual novels, in the light novels. I've read, God, up until volume 11, I think I'm at. And the side characters get so much more screen time. They get so much more screen time in the light novels, in the later volumes. Like Yun, Wiz gets some more showtime. Chris gets quite a bit of more time to herself, which is really appreciated. Crud. Chris might actually be my second favorite character. Don't ask me where Kazuma is ranked, he is everywhere and nowhere, I cannot decide. Yeah, out of the main 4 characters outside of Kazuma who I cannot rank, Megumin's probably my favorite. Aqua, I mean, I like them all is the problem. But just going by how much art I've drawn of each character, I'm sorry Darkness, I kind of neglected you, haven't I? Although I think I've only drawn Aqua twice? Yeah? Twice sounds correct. Outside of the reference in the Kokoro mod. Yeah. Especially, like, Mima. Mima took Marisa in when she was still in full let's take revenge on all humans mode. Like, by Touhou 5, Mima had kind of eased up on trying to take revenge on all of humankind. But back in Touhou 2, yeah, she just wanted humans to be gone. Or maybe not gone, but at least whatever her plan actually was, nobody knows. Maybe not even Mima herself. Except that she needed the Hakure Yin Yang Orbs for it. Don't worry, I'm getting back up there eventually. You know what? This should be easier. Never mind. I thought I could fall down on the platform below and then just try my jump again. Then again, this might be easier. Or faster at least. Never mind. Oh no. Scary jump. Scary jump! Yeah, any joke involving darkness is kind of hit or miss, I guess. It really depends on the person to like that humor. Ah, no, that wasn't enough. Marisa and Mima having a bit of a mother-daughter bond, yeah. I think most people that like the old canon go for that relationship between Marisa and Mima. At the very least, I certainly do. Ah, okay. Let's switch up the music real quick. Nope, this is this is too much. Oh yeah, this seems fine. This is nice and calm. The last song was called Epic Boss Song or something like that. I don't know. Maybe let's save that for the final tower or something. Darkness jokes are kind of same old. Yeah. They do manage to mix it up slightly every once in a while, but I know what you mean. For what it's worth, in the light novels, it does get less repetitive after a while. Let's put it that way. I think they kind of let eased up on the masochism jokes. Like, it still happens every once in a while. It is part of a character after all, but she gets also some more development outside of that trait, which is highly appreciated. There's an animation that's about 30 minutes retelling Touhou 2. Oh! Interesting. I only know of... God, back in the day, when I was still newer to the Touhou franchise, I found a lot of fan comics on Danboru for Touhou. And one of the comics that I read was kind of a retelling of Touhou 2. And I don't know where to follow up with that. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that comic sure was a retelling of Touhou 2 as well. But from mostly Mima's and Marisa's perspective. Like Mima gathering all the people that are gonna get in Reima's way so they can beat her up before Mima goes in and like goes for an evil plan. That kind of thing. And of course everything backfired in one way or another. There we go. Thinking of the fact that Darkness gets into all the crazy predicaments might be due to her worship of the luck goddess Eris. You may have a point. In Darkness's eyes, getting into all these predicaments is fortunate indeed, but only in Darkness's eyes. Sweet, back to the windy area. Alright, let's just have the wind. Oh no. I should so not go for the crow. However, I'm hard of learning? What is that even an expression? I don't think it is. If I knew better how the wind influences me, this might be easier. Mima wearing a swimsuit for some reason. The only thing that I know regarding swimsuit is that, like, electric flute? Like, that guy that makes these Electric Flute remixes for all the characters and draws some animations for them, where the characters for some reason always wear swimsuits. That's the only thing that I can think of. If I just jumped up into the air, I might be able to get that crow. But that seems terrifying. Fuck you, crow! Why am I trying this? Yeah, no. Screw the crow. I'm done. I should not have done it. Oh, okay, game. I disagree. I held the button down for long enough. Yeah, I tried twice. I'm not gonna try a third time. The crow's gone now. Yeah, I know about the snow. It's just that I don't know how to properly I still don't quite know how much the snow will push me in any direction. And that's what I'm struggling with currently. Not enough. Crud. Oh, what? I think that's a first. Yeah, Red Devil was probably the re-uploader for that video. Oh, come on, game. Yep, I'm not going for the crow anymore. I don't want to land up all the way down here again. Which might happen even if I don't go for the crow. Oh, crud. Welcome back, Bargenberg. How have I missed you? I wonder though if the Electric Flute guy is still making more songs and animations. Like, I believe... Oh, that was... I believe that person doesn't have a YouTube of his own, and it's just getting re-uploaded by various people, or used to be. But things have kind of changed with Toho video re-uploads on YouTube. So it's entirely possible that it's just that nobody has bothered like looking the video up on Nico Nico and uploading it on YouTube. Or people have bothered and it got copyright claimed or something, I don't know. Not enough. Oh, for... Croth the Raven, nevermore. Why am I going for the crow? Hell if I know. The crow is a gold coin, which I can then trade in for the guy in Bargenberg for some boots, supposedly, but I probably have to catch that crow at the very end of the game, and yeah, I'm not good enough at this game for that. So really, I'm just going for the crow because it's there, even though I shouldn't. Okay, I'm getting to what's the term? restless, I guess? With how often I'm just walking off the platform now. Ah. Good. On the plus side, hey, I'm shutting up now. Because of this! I knew it! Never ever say, at least I've gotten better at this part. It backfires before you can finish a sentence. The Scarlet Devil Mansion is a fan favorite of a lot of people for what it's worth. I mean, in the annual Toho popularity polls, I think they've pretty much always been at the top 10 and never really left. Like, sure, Yoma once every while, well, in the last 2 years I think, has gotten the #1 position. No. Okay, that's fine. Didn't let go of the button quick enough. That's fine. But yeah, like the Scarlet Devil Mansion, especially Patchouli, Vermilya, and Flandre, and Sakia obviously, are always super high up in the ranking. And one can't tell how many like people from Japan versus people from overseas vote in the rankings. One reason, outside of obviously that the Scarlet Devil Mansion was one of the first first group of characters to be like witnessed by a lot of people, I'd still think that one other big reason why the Scarlet Devil Mansion is liked so much by a lot of people is because they're kind of unique in the fact that a lot of Toho revolves around Eastern mythology, like with all the yokai, like the Tsukumogami and Tanuki and all sorts of other yokai that just appear. And then there's just the Scarlet Devil Mansion, which is just, oh yeah, we're a Western vampire. And a magician who's kind of the counterpart to Marisa, and Marisa's an Eastern magician making use of Western magic, and Patchouli is a Western magician using Eastern magic. Like that kind of contradiction, or not contradiction, but opposite. Something that I'm sure a lot of people like. These opposing not mechanics, but you know what I mean, I'm pretty sure. And of course, who doesn't like mates? Sakia being high up is pretty much a given. I'm sorry, time-stopping mates. Oh, that was too much. And yes, Sakia and Vermilya combined are pretty much just Dio from JoJo. That might also be a reason why people like them so much. That said, I haven't actually watched any JoJo, or read for that matter. Not really that interested in it. Really, that jump is what I'm having trouble with now. Huh. Yeah. Thanks for saying I'm good at English. I used to be a lot worse. Yeah, I pretty much got my English from just talking to people or writing to people originally, and watching a lot of videos on the internet. After a given amount of time, you just learn to like mimic inflections from other people, which is why I probably have an accent that is an accent like several accents mixed together alongside my own accent. There we go. Back to this area. Let me just focus real quick. Oh, never mind. I just wanted to know how quickly I can get back up, but then I messed up a jump. Speaking of Edgar Allan Poe's Raven, though. Yes, I only got to that comment now. I never actually read that short story, I think it is, or poem. My biggest knowledge from it comes from The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Yeah, to be fair, I never was forced to read it for English classes. I had to read German short stories and poems instead. Which, God, I don't remember any of them. Well, I guess Goethe's Faust, I still remember some of it, but I couldn't quote anything for the love of it. Although we had to memorize the opening bit for literature classes in high school. Which reminds, life pro tip, don't get too into acting out something you've memorized, you will forget the following lines. Like, the opening bit in Goethe's Faust is kind of the main protagonist of the story, Goethe, like, proclaiming that, oh, he's stuck in his research or whatever, and yada yada yada, like, I don't really recall what's happening, but the crux of things is like he's really passionate about things. So when I had to recite the opening passage, I just thought, okay, everybody just reciting blah 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 blah. It's so boring, so I'm gonna put my all into it. And then I almost forgot the entire text. I had to actively backtrack in my mind. Okay, that was this line. What followed after? Oh, right, this. I really like acting, is my problem. I like it, but I'm not good at it. I'm good at overacting. But honestly, like, if you're like, if you are for some reason in an acting role, ham it up, please. At least have fun with it. But I guess that might be the problem with some people. Some people just don't like acting. Like, personally, for some reason, I mean, for some reason, like, it's a hobby, I guess, but I just, yeah, I like playing roles, essentially, which is why I like role-playing, like D&D and Pathfinder, that kind of role-playing stuff, but also acting for short films and stuff. Like in oh, come on. In God. At some point in school, in religion/ethics classes, we had to I don't remember exactly what it was, but it had something to do with social networks. I think like we were given an assignment, a group project to write something about social networks. I don't recall what exactly it was. Maybe social networks was just one of the possible things to write for too. Um, but long story short is that my group, spearheaded by myself, decided that we do like a short movie where I think we had to write an interview for something. Maybe that was what it was. Usage of internet, maybe. Interview, something, I don't recall exactly. But yeah, long story short, our interview we decided to do in a video form with everybody playing one role. Like one kind of stereotype, archetype, I don't really know. Like one person was pro social networks, one person was against social networks, one person was a moderator, and the last person, played by me, was the owner of some social network. And like, yeah, my colleagues were trying, they were trying to act. I'm not saying anything against that, but they were kind of stiff. And I'm not saying I was a god-like actor either. I was definitely bad, but I was hamming it up like crazy. Which, to be fair, I had written my role in a way that I could ham it up. Because I was this obviously really like, not necessarily sleazy, but like this like I was the owner of a social network who was very much just like, oh yeah, how to put it? Like very much, if we can, why wouldn't we? Kind of way. And I also was the comic relief, yes. I like playing that kind of role. Just joking around and stuff. Although I also wish instead of the funny man, I could also do a straight man role, but I feel like I'm not good at that. I'm not clever enough for it, I feel. Like, you have to be able to respond to anything the funny man says. And yeah, like I can come up with ridiculous scenarios, but not with counters to those. That was way too much. In a way, Kokoro is an actor playing a role beneath these masks. Yeah, in a way. I mean, her no theater plays are still theater plays. Even if no theater is quite a bit different to our Western theater. Or current theater, for that matter. But speaking of theater, how long is Jump King? If you can beat it fast, 5 minutes. Why did I... Okay, I guess it didn't matter. If you don't know what you're doing, like me, it can last anywhere between 10 hours to 48, I don't know. Huh. I'm like, oh, that was too much. Yeah. Like, my goal is to beat it in 16-ish hours, which is why I'm not going for the Crow anymore, because we all have seen what it does to me. But... yeah, who knows? Like, jumping is all dependent on how skillful you are. Like, I think the speedrun is 3-ish minutes, 3 to 5. I'm not entirely sure what. Nice! That said, the speedrun probably had hundreds of runs of practice. Whereas I'm still on my first run. Oh, come on! But yeah, regarding the no theater plays, okay, that I agree with. It's really funny how Kokoro, well, technically Mamiso has written it, but Kokoro has performed a no theater play of the events of Hopeless Masquerade. I find it kind of funny how, because Kokoro's traditional no theater plays were too difficult to understand for people, Mamiso just decided, oh yeah, let's help Kokoro out and write her a theater play and base it on these crazy events that happened due to Kokoro. And that everybody participated in. Well, everybody, but like everyone religious related. Trying to get the best out of the situation. Ah, slightly off. Oh no. Oh, I see. Yeah, for that ending to the ending to my Kokoro mod, I was thinking of doing something like playing it straight, but I thought playing it straight is easy. I wanted to throw a curveball, essentially. Do something that is actually dependent on the character. Like, everyone can beat the heart according... Why did I jump down? Everybody can beat the heart according to their outro. And admittedly, for the new mod that I'm working on, I don't think I can do anything specific like with Kokoro, but I mean, not everything has to be a subversion of expectation either. That's the one rule that I learned from doing so many comics. If you try to subvert expectations all the time, people will expect you to... Alright. People would expect you to throw curveballs, so the unexpected becomes the expected. So how do you get the unexpected back? By doing the expected. The actual expected, not the curveball expected. Also, I don't know if it's because I've listened to this song for so much now, but I feel the song kind of fits this area here. Ah, too much again. Like, this song has this really nice, calm atmosphere to it. Kind of desolate too. But not necessarily threatening. Just you being on your own. Doing whatever you want to do, I guess. That kind of feeling. Just watch the song being called something snow or ice related. But I can't tell because then I would have to look up that name and I don't want to. I want to get to the top. Or at the very least back to the snowy area. Like the actual windy snow. But right now I'm going back to Bargenberg. Ah. I like to think of Kokoro starting her run as the beginning of the play, yeah, and ending as her finishing the run. Everyone else just beats the spire and leaves. She's really unique, actually, why I love it. That was the kind of thing I was going for. Just, I mean, it's still possible. Like, I'm leaving it up to interpretation whether Kokodo's run through the spire actually happened, or if it was a no play all along, or if she just turned her actual events into a no play, kind of like Shinkido, or Hopeless Masquerade rather. But yeah, like either interpretation works. The more you focus on jumping, the worse you're doing, don't overthink it. Yep. That is very true. At some point, jumping is all just muscle memory. And trying to overthink, yeah, it's definitely causing problems. Like right here, I'm not thinking, I'm just, okay, did I do it? No, okay, let's try a little bit longer. No, let's try a little bit longer. But that is also a safe place where I can do that. And oh god. Oh hey. That was a miraculous jump. Landed right back on the flagpole. But yeah, Jump King is really a game where you just need to go with the flow, kind of. And don't mess up. That's another very important rule of Jump King, don't mess up. Yeah, sometimes I have co-commentators on here. So I can... Oh, nice. Just... No, that was also too much credit. Yeah, just so I can bounce back between another person. But none of the usual people were on tonight, so I thought, guess I'll just start on my own. Although usually I start on my own and then people just come into voice chat, but I'm not even in voice chat today. To be fair, I also really spontaneously decided to play Jump King. Normally I start way earlier. But today was, I finished the part of the animation that I wanted to have done by Sunday today, so I guess as a reward for being one day late, I'll play some Jump King. Oh no. Okay. I should never say okay. Yeah. That's also what it, interpretation of Kokodo's ending. Like, who knows even what the heart's powers are in Slay Spire. I mean, maybe some people know, maybe it's been explained, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the lore kind of guy in most things. I'm amazed that I know as much about Touhou as I do. Then again, having to replay the game so many times because you keep failing and failing. At some point you do know what's going on if you ever just like every third run or so read the actual dialogue. Also, I'm interested in the Japanese kind of mythology. I guess that's also one of the reasons why why I like actually reading the lore of Touhou. Like, that's one thing that's kind of entirely unrelated right now, but so I really like the concept of Tsukumogami, like yokai that used to be tools, like an umbrella, for example. Hey there, Kogasa. But after 100 years of not being used, the tool gains a soul of its own and starts to live, it becomes alive. I like that kind of concept. And in Pokemon, there are actually a couple of Tsukumogami type Pokemon. But usually these kind of Pokemon, at least in the West, kind of get a bad rep, like for example Klefki, where people say, oh, it's just this Pokemon design is so lame, it's just a couple of keys on a key ring. Yeah, it's a Tsukumogami yokai. Well, not really yokai, it's a Pokemon, but it's based on just a Tsukumogami. I think it's actually really cool and kind of adorable looking too, but that's beside the point. There we go. And speaking of Tsukumogami, Kokoro's technically a Tsukumogami? She's a Mandarake, technically speaking, but a Mandarake is like a yokai born of masks? Which, well, maybe there's some distinction, I'm not that knowledgeable. Okay, I'm safe. Does Kokoro have any unique dialogue with Nitori? You know what? I should have given her some. Why didn't I do that? But yeah, no, Kokoro does not have any unique dialogue for Nitori. Partially because I completely forgot about it, and by partially I mean entirely. Can I squeeze in through the right? That would be a lot better. Seems fine. I honestly also wouldn't know what to let Kokoro say to Nitori. Like, oh yeah, you're at a shop. You're not really, like, yeah, you're buying something. There's no real need for you to be like antagonistic or anything. Ooh, nice. Yeah, the Marisa mod came out before the Heart, so yeah, it makes sense that Marisa doesn't have a unique ending for beating the Heart. But it would really be nice to see that, considering how much love and attention and just really good art design goes into the Marisa mod. Okay, how high do I need to jump now? Or do I just... Nope, that's not enough. Oh no. Help! Oh dear. I can save this by just going to the left and not hunting down the crow. Oh, for fuck's sake. I did it! Why did I do it? But I did it! Regrets have been made. The laughter of a madman. God, I want to work with my model a bit more, but last time I tried to do a hotkey for my model, Jump King decided to walk to the left on his own, and I don't want to. I don't want to risk anything. Yeah, I actually have a crazy eye setting on this model, but it requires some hotkeys that I'm afraid to use. Oh yeah, Medicine is also a Tsukumogami, yes. A lot of Touhous are actually Tsukumogami. By a lot I mean probably a handful, but that's still more than not. More than not, what? That's still more than enough, I guess. Like Medicine Melancholy, as you said. The Tsukumo sisters, Ben Ben and Yatsuhashi are Tsukumogami. Raiko is a Tsukumogami, but they all like come from the same game because like the entire plot of Double Even Character was that tools are coming to life. Well, I guess the plot was that well, kind of. Like Marisa's Mini Akero, Saki has Silver Knives, and Reima's Gohei all started acting up on their own, so they were on the verge of becoming yokai of their own, due to the Miracle Mallet's influence. And that's why the Tsukumos and Raiko became alive, due to that influence. And yeah, they are Tsukumogami now, so the same thing could have happened to Marisa's Mini Akero. And now I'm imagining a Mini Akero yokai that likes to put things on fire, apparently. Somebody make it happen! If people haven't made it happen yet. Like, the game is super old at this point, comparatively speaking. There's probably some kind of picture of a Mini Akero-chan or a Gohei-chan. Or is Silver Knife's Chun? Oh yeah, true. Kokoro and Nitori were working on... we're working together in... was it Urban Legend of Limbo? No, the Antinomy of Common Flower. There we go, AOFC. Yeah. I do like that they gave some importance to Kokoro in that game compared to Urban Legend of Limbo, where she was just, yeah, we kind of have to give her a story because she's a playable character, but her story's kind of has kind of ended after Hopeless Masquerade. So what do we do with her? Just let her be consumed by her by her urban legend. Done. Really? I wanted to have a story about Kokoro, not about Kuchisake Onna. To be fair, I like the urban legend of the Kuchisake Onna. I find it ridiculous and funny. But that's beside the point. That said, I do think that I did throw in one line for Kokoro regarding the urban legend incident. Not urban legend, I mean Antinomy of Common Flowers. Maybe I'm mistaken though, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of something else. Ah, too much. I hate this jump. Like, this jump up this flagpole is so specific, it's kind of weird. I guess it's just because you need to be at a precise height, like the apex of your jump needs to be on the flagpole, otherwise you're missing it. That's why. The definition of insanity is doing the same stuff over and over again. Yeah. Oh right, we were talking about Tsukumogami's Kogasa as another one. Got off track. I want to say there's been more Tsukigami in the earlier games too, but I can't recall any right now. Kogasa definitely wasn't the first Tsukumogami, was she? No, that's impossible. Right, Medicine was before her. But before Medicine, actually no, Medicine might have been the first one, huh? In a way, if Alice actually managed to make her doll sentient, I wonder if they could be considered Tsukumogami. Like, by that point, they'd be living dolls, which, I mean, what is Medicine if not a living doll? Well, it's Tsukumogami, but you know what I mean. Well, I haven't fallen down further than this yet, so everything's still fine. I'm eating my words, I know, I know. Have I ever played Griftlands? I have actually. I think back when it was in open beta? I recall that there's only been 2 playable characters? Or maybe I never unlocked the 3rd one? But I think it was still in open beta, and yeah, I liked Griftlands. I prefer Slay the Spire. But I can't quite... Well, okay, one part is that... Oof. Griftlands is too story-focused in my opinion. The gameplay's fine though. Like, it's essentially Slay the Spire, just that you have multiple characters, potentially. And some different smaller mechanics that could in theory be implemented in Slay the Spire, and as you mentioned, with the items that you can buy at DD's shop, yeah, they kinda did. Yeah, it's a fun game, but I haven't played it since I played it for the first time and beaten it. I feel that the fact that the game has so much story and so much dialogue that in theory you could just skip through it, but, to be fair. But it's more focused on the dialogue or the story than Slay the Spire is. And because of that, it has less of an arcade feel, which is partially what I enjoy in Slay the Spire. Just opening it up for an hour, playing around, and then being done with it. Or in some cases, playing for half an hour, dying, and then playing for another hour until I actually make this run. Though at this point I've actually gotten pretty good at Slay the Spire, so I usually only die in, like, Ascensions 10 plus. Or if I'm going for something really dumb. Or of course with mod characters that I don't know yet. In that case, I mean, most mod characters are pretty powerful, so it's kind of difficult to die with them. As for Hollow Knight, there's Hollow Knight mod for Slay the Spire? I did not know that. But Hollow Knight itself, I have played Hollow Knight. And in theory, I should have liked it, but man, yeah. Hollow Knight is, for me, death by 1,000 paper cuts of problems. Hollow Knight is a good game, but there are so many small problems that I have with it that all accumulate, and by the end of it, I just don't like it. It's really unfortunate. I understand why people like it, but I do not share their sentiment. Oh, I see. I've heard of Inscryption, but I haven't really taken a look into it. I was listening to somebody play Inscryption, but I was so heavily occupied with something on the side that I essentially got nothing. Like, by the point where I realized how far in the video I'd gotten, I knew that I actually understood nothing, so I just turned off the video. Maybe I have to give Inscryption another try. Maybe play it myself for a bit, depending on how expensive it is. But yeah, regarding Hollow Knight, some things that I had some problems with, for starters, the map system. I'm really good at getting lost, so I really rely on a good map system. And Hollow Knight, why, like, okay, so you go exploring, you've been through the entirety of this stupid area, but your map doesn't update because you haven't purchased the map yet. Why? Why do you need to purchase the map first in order to make draw the map? And if you don't find the map merchant like I do occasionally, then you're just lost forever. Thanks, game. And then the map doesn't even update in real time, but you have to first go to a save point in order to note down where you've been on that map. And God, That's so frustrating for me because, again, I just keep getting lost so easily. And then, ooh, close. And then the combat mechanics, like the combat was fine. But was it Hollow Knight? There was one game that might have been Hollow Knight, but I'm not entirely sure if it was or not. But there was one game, one Metroidvania game, where obviously you don't start out with all of your powers, you find them over the course of the game. And I believe it was Hollow Knight, where I thought, okay, by the point where I've finally gotten all of the movement upgrades, I thought, finally, this game actually plays decently. In most Metroidvanias like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, or any Castlevania game after it, really, or Bloodstained for that matter, which really is just Castlevania but without the Castlevania brand, or what are other good Metroidvania games? Metroid. You start out with a good moveset, and by the end of the game, you have an amazing moveset. Like, every time you find a new ability, like the double jump, you think, oh wow, this is cool! But you never thought, oh wow, this feels like it should have been there from the get-go. And that's what I felt in that game that I believe was Hollow Knight. And that, alongside the map system that I pretty much despise, leads to me not enjoying the game. And for me, everything kind of looked the same in Hollow Knight. Like, everything was just dark, but with a different tint of color. So I really had a difficult time to visually tell which area I'm in now. So yeah, like I said, a lot of small things that came together and that just made for a bad experience, but yeah, that's entirely on me. Like, there's a lot of people that love Hollow Knight, and I do understand why they love it. So it's not like the game's bad. Far from it. I really wish I would have had a better time with it, since it is like, the combat is really good once you have enough upgrades. Although I think the combat mechanics don't really ever changed. But I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've played Hollow Knight. Speaking of, you can get to Act 4, and if you have the Room mod installed, you get access to Act 4 uninvited guests, short 4 boss or long 10 bosses. Ooh, interesting. You can get through Ruins Act 4 from any other location, be it Gensokyo Spire, etc. Oh, so essentially once we get to Act 4, I can just choose, I want to go there. Oh, interesting. Legally distinct Castlevania is what Bloodstained is. Yep. I mean, it has been made by the same creator as all the Castlevania Metroidvanias. Because Konami just said, yeah, why would we make more Castlevania games? Nobody's buying them. People are buying it, but they don't make as much money as Pachinko. Go screw yourself, Konami. I can totally understand Igarashi not wanting to work for Konami. That was too much anymore, considering that all he got to do was work on mobile games. Like, yeah, there can be some good mobile games, but not by AAA studios. Those mobile games are going to be all about making as much money as possible for while providing as little actual gameplay as possible. Only as much as required to get the Skinner boxes running. Yes, Bloodstained is very fun. Which is what I'm really glad about, because oh god, the circumstances surrounding Bloodstained. Like, technically, Bloodstained came at a really good time with Mighty Number 9 and all, where people were really hyped about the game, being finally a spiritual successor to to Mega Man, which we haven't had a new game in ages for. It's gonna be amazing. And then, things happened. With Mighty Number 9 being delayed over and over and over again. And then when the final game finally came out, it was a dumpster fire. So obviously people were incredibly worried about Bloodstained, so... Especially when Bloodstained also, all of a sudden had the one or other delay. So when it actually came out and it turned out to be good, people were so relieved. Me included. I don't know, I guess it's boss rush. Ooh, okay. There we go, finally. Okay, now I know that I have to be on the top platform. Bloodstained might get a third character, that likely being the penitent one from Blasphemous. Oh! What's the third character? Like, did they ever say it? Like, I think the third character was pretty much, like, confirmed during the Kickstarter times already? So I thought it would be another character from the game, which, with me hoping that it would be OD, because OD is voiced by the same person who voice acted, Alucard in Symphony of the Night. What are my thoughts on Lost Word? As in Touhou Lost Word? It's a mobile gacha game. That's all I can say. I've never actually played it, but just it being a mobile gacha game entirely ruins all my interest in the game. Also, how do I get up there? Do I just do this? Almost. I think I need to be a little bit further to the right is what went wrong. Actually, it stayed on here? No, that doesn't. Sailor Mighty Number 9 stole Hollow Knight's Thunder for its Kickstarter. Oh, it happened during the same time, didn't it? That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not a fan of gachas, to put it politely. Gachas are just Skinner boxes. Like you put, or rather, they're just slot machines. That's what they are. You throw money in, sometimes even reward money, which is incredibly worrying. You pull the lever and get either crap or the desired 5-star or whatever character or mechanic or weapon or whatever you want to roll for. And if you don't get it, you keep spinning the wheels until you finally get it. And oh my, I've lost several $100s now. And that's all that gacha is. Like, it's intentionally designed to get the money out of your pockets. And what do you get for it in return? Ooh, some pretty pictures. Yeah. When I heard that Higurashi was getting a gacha game, ooh, I like Higurashi. Not what they did in Sotsu, but I like Higurashi normally. But when I heard they get a gacha game, I was... yeah, not amused. Like, supposedly the Higurashi gacha game has a good story. If so, then that's great. And good for the people who play it. But I won't even bother downloading it despite loving Higurashi because it's a gacha. That's reason enough for me. So anyway, how do I get to the right? Like, a full jump was too much? I'm assuming just jumping like this is also gonna work? And a normal jump from here, but in the direction? Yeah, that's not high enough. So how do I... yeah, no, that doesn't work. Do I just have to start earlier? Yeah. I have to start while the wind isn't fully blowing yet. Okay. Ooh, how do I just jump up here to see what's on the next screen? Screw it! Nice. Also NFTs in a nutshell. Oh god, NFTs. With NFTs I have a different gripe altogether. I mean, it kind of goes in the same direction. But, like, one of the big selling points for NFTs was that they're supposed to be helping the art community, because now you can sell digital art. Or digital art originals. Like, you can sell the original painting if you've drawn traditionally, and people sell it for hundreds of dollars. Now you can do the same with digital artwork, because there's only one original, according to NFTs. But whenever I hear anything of NFTs, it's usually, oh hey, people took my artwork and sold it as an NFT. Thanks, NFTs. Now, people stealing artwork is even easier. Also, I probably have to jump to the left there. Yeesh. Or maybe I can just jump to the right like that. With less force, yes. That seems good. Oof. Yeah, NFTs might have their usage. Like anything in the world, there's, like, I like to say where there's light, there's shadow. Or, to flip it around, in order for a shadow to exist, there must be light, otherwise there would only be darkness, which, to be fair, shadow is the absence of light, so it is darkness, but the term shadow specifically refers to there being light in order for the shadow to be cast. So, we have seen a lot of crap coming from NFTs, but there are use cases for it, certainly. Except we haven't found it yet. Or at least not one that hasn't been corrupted yet. Wind's motion is getting swifter. Oh, now that you mention it, yeah. Nuts, missed my timing. The wind particles are also getting easier to spot. Oh no. Oh, crud. Crud! To be fair, I had been up there in the windy area for a long time without falling down. I'm surprised. Which does mean that I want to be all the way back to Bargenberg, game. Please don't let me go back to Bargenberg. Oof. Oof. Close. Okay, I'm back here. This area is actually surprisingly forgiving. Not necessarily easy, but definitely forgiving. Which is why I'm still playing. I thought once I get to this area I'd stop. After a bit anyway, because like I just wanted to practice this mechanic, but this mechanic's actually so nice. They don't ever throw you super far back down here. And with the background music that really, I couldn't have rolled for a better background music. Yeah, it's just really calm and nice. And it helps that I had something to talk about. I kind of forgot about time. But that's why streaming is fun. Because you can talk about all sorts of stuff. And people might or might not listen. That was too early. Okay. Oops. But honestly, after I'm done with streaming, I'm gonna look up what the name of this song actually is. Because I'm really interested. Also, the winds are a good time to grab something to drink. Okay, maybe not. The one or not necessarily the one good thing, but the good thing about it being winter right now, not forgetting to drink something doesn't mean you're gonna be dehydrated in a minute. I have this... Huh, interesting. I have this bad habit of forgetting to drink something if I'm invested in something. Although I guess it's fairly common. But just because it's a common habit doesn't mean it's a good habit. Oh no. Oh, how do I get back there? I'm scared. I'm assuming I still have to... Yeah, like that, just better. Too much. No. Okay, that's still fine, that's still fine. That's not fine. That's bad. Okay, let's see how quickly I can back up there. And if I can't, then I'm gonna stop. If I can, then who knows how long I'm gonna stream. Until I've beaten the game. Actually, the game isn't all that much longer after that area, is it? I have seen some or listened to some playthroughs of people talking about all sorts of stuff while playing this game, but I only, like, I was drawing while I was, while these people were streaming Jump King. I haven't watched any stream in recent months, years, without doing something on the side. Although, depending on the game, I am more or less attentive. Yeah, that's the curse of having too many projects going on at the same time. Or having too many hobbies, for that matter. You'll always feel that you need to multitask. Even though I know exactly that the definition of multitasking is screwing up multiple things at the same time. You know, like playing Jump King and talking. Ooh, close one. That's sad though. Like, my big reason for doing Let's Play videos back in the day was pretty much just so I can get some English practice in. I had already some practice in writing in English because I had several people that I could talk to in English, like some people I met online. But I didn't really have anybody to talk to. So in order to practice some English speaking, not necessarily the pronunciation, since nobody could have corrected me, well they could have, but nobody saw my videos. But just coming up with the right words at the right time is why I gave Let's Plays a try back in the day. And nowadays I'm streaming. Although part of the reason also why I did Let's Plays is because even back then I had a hard time just going back to old games that I had beaten multiple times already. So I decided that in order to have an excuse to replay old games, that I'd do Let's Play, so I could, you know, play them again and teach people about the stuff that I know about the game. Maybe even do a test run before streaming, so I get to play that game multiple times even. And nowadays I'm mostly just streaming new games that I haven't played yet just because I don't have... Well, I mean, I have the time to play new games, and I am... That was not a full jump, you idiot! Like on the side when I'm not streaming, I am playing the Atelier games right now. That was too much. Currently I'm playing Atelier... Eska and Logi. Right. I started with that on Sunday, I think? I'm kind of marathoning the Atelier games right now. Just beat Atelier Asha. And they're not particularly difficult. Like, sure, the final super bosses the optional ones, yeah, they're difficult. They kick my ass. I cannot beat them for the most part. Sometimes I can. But the games themselves are fairly easy, but have some time management in them. And that's the actual, like, where the difficulty comes in for the most part. But in and of themselves, like, the Atelier games are very slice of life-ish, in a way, in their approach of storytelling. And that's just perfect for when you want to have something lighthearted, something, well, something calming, I guess. And for that purpose, the Atelier games are perfect. And if I want my ass getting handed to me, then I'm playing Shin Megami Tensei 5. On hard, because I know better, but I also know that I'm not gonna follow my knowing better. Or something. Oh god, Shin Megami Tensei 5. The Shin Megami Tensei games are so fun, but there's usually one mechanic that's just, why? I really like the press turn system in that series, but I also hate it at the same time. Because it kind of turns the game into, okay, can you beat all the enemies in one turn? Nope. Well, I guess you're dead now. And that makes bosses really fun. Like, yeah, there are buffs and debuffs, and buffs actually, not buffs, debuffs, like sleep, work surprisingly well in that series. It even works against bosses sometimes. That said, I am super early in the game still, so who knows how long that lasts. But the fact that I could only beat the first boss on hard by cheesing it and... that was bad. By cheesing it by having it permanently on sleep whenever its turn came up. Yeah, no, I feel like I cheated the game somehow. Because as soon as I get to a boss that I cannot put to perma sleep, yeah, I'm gonna be in trouble. Yeah, maybe I should just put the difficulty down to normal, but that's the thing. In Shin Megami Tensei 4 and 4 Apocalypse, which I played some time ago, I did some time. Did I switch between hard and normal? I don't remember. I think I did. Not sure. But my point is, in those games, what was the point again? Like, right. The normal encounters are fairly easy, unless of course you mess up and they kill you in one turn. But what can you do? Like I said, either you kill them turn 1 or they kill you turn 1. But oops. But the bosses are just, yeah, no. If you don't know exactly what you're doing, you're probably dead. Which, well, let's see how things are gonna go. And you cannot even level grind that much in that game because it takes forever to gain a level. At least when you're over leveled. Or evenly leveled, decently leveled, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I probably should just turn the difficulty back down. But my false pride won't allow me to do that. I grew up with JRPGs, I can beat this stupid game. And I probably can, just given enough time and strategizing and correct persona fusing, which is probably part of the problem why I'm doing so badly, that I don't have a proper set of personas. Not personas, demons. Wrong series. To be fair, demons or personas are pretty much just demons that way around. There we go. Back up here. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more try if I fall back down to the keep. Then I'm going to quit probably. But I can feel it, I'm super close to actually making it. I say getting stuck. Oops. Also, I'm going to assume at this point that these super short messages that don't seem to be saying anything are bots of some kind? Not sure what their purpose is. Just they're not even leaving a hyperlink or anything. It looks like they're trying, but it doesn't work. Ooh, that's a bit... Ah, that was definitely off. Okay, the jump for here... Once I've made it up... Ah, not quite. Was that? No, that was definitely wrong. That seems fine. Around here I want to... That was too early. But that's what I want to do for the next... Ah, no. For this jump here. Can I? No, that should be fine, that position, I think. Like, I want to start charging once the wind has slowed down, like now, I think. Yes! I want to do that for this direction. This should be fine. Not quite. Oh, no. What was I doing? Not what I was supposed to do anyway. Also, are these gargoyles there in the background, or what are they? They're blinking at the very least. Ooh. That monster's super scary. Okay. Okay, maybe I should just jump a little bit earlier. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I think that distance is fine. Oh, every time I think I'm falling off. But the snow does stop Jump came from falling down, thankfully. Or at least more than you'd think. Is that good that way? Yes. That seems to be the proper positioning. Okay, just a tiny jump to the left. I probably don't want to jump to the right, or while the wind is blowing to the. Never mind. Oh, right, I had actually gotten up there before. I forgot. It's been so long. Okay, then I can just go to the left, it seems. I swear I know which direction is left and which is right. I think I could just... I believe I can just jump straight up from here while the wind is blowing strongly to the left. Is what I meant to say. Not quite. I was a little terrified there. I should have just gone for it. That's actually the nice part about this area. You mostly don't need any directional input. You just wait for the wind to be blowing strongly in one direction or another. Unless this happens. That was close. Oh dear. Actually, with the wind blowing and stuff and Jump King not being able to move, I totally could mess with my with my avatar now. But it's so late now, like, oh, why bother? Okay. Okay, now I kind of want to move over to the edge if possible. Maybe I need to wait for the wind to... Okay. Next time when the wind starts blowing to the right, do another short hop. Like this. And now I can do a full jump. And now I can do a full jump to the left. Probably not a full jump. I didn't get to see fully what was happening up there. Okay, the replay on YouTube is almost at that point. Okay, where do I need to go? Oh, great, it's covered up. With my setup, OBS is kind of covering up my, like the YouTube replay. I only have it like somewhat playing in the background, so I know that I'm still streaming in case of like internet issues, connection issues. Crud. Okay, this is fine. I'm still in this area. But yeah, because I don't need the stream replay usually, it's mostly covered up. So I couldn't actually see the platforms. Oops. But hey, as long as I'm not falling out of this area, I'm totally fine with anything happening. Like this area is a little slow, sure, but it's... I'm not falling back down to Barkenberg. I've seen that place way too many times, huh? And I'm already back again. And that's why I don't mind this area too much. Yeah, it is a little bit slow because you keep having to wait for the wind, and then you miss time stuff like I just did. There we go, yeah, I just had to start charging a little bit earlier. That was my problem. And I think here... Okay. A little bit? Yeah. That was almost too early. But because I was so close to the platform's edge, it worked out anyway. Yeah, but here I want to... this. Honestly though, I feel with a different song I wouldn't like this area nearly as much as I do. Like, I haven't even turned off the soundtrack for Jump King. I have still all the music and ambience going on. But I don't even hear anything of it. Like, sure, the music's a little bit loud. I hope not for the stream audience. If it was, then oops. Why didn't anybody tell me? But, a bit too much. Like, I can still hear the Jump King sound effects, but definitely nothing of the actual like soundtrack. Huh, okay. That's why I don't want to be all the way to the right, huh? Wind not strong enough. Ooh, close one. What do you mean that didn't work? It worked last time. Rude. Alright. While the wind's blowing, I'm grabbing something to drink. I don't care that I'm missing a cycle. Yeah. My program does it sometimes. Oh no, now you know that I don't have a full body. Oops. Yeah. Technically I have a full body, but I didn't bother putting it all in for resource purposes. That was... what? Oh well, more time for me to drink. That was clearly the reason. And this time press left while jumping. And maybe wait for the wind to fully blow. Ooh, that is... that's better. But I think now I have to start a tiny bit early with charging. Almost too early. Goodness. But that worked. I think I need to be a little bit further to the left. So let's just do a short up now, and then do a full jump. Once the wind stops blowing, like this. There we go, back up here. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I don't mind this area as much too, because all of these jumps are very easy to do. Okay, now doing a full jump seems to be helpful here too. Even though full jumps seem to work earlier. Okay, just do a full jump to the left, or like just jump straight up when the wind is blowing to the left. Got it. That was too early. Yep. Oh no, oh no. It's fine. It's fine. I've pretty much found out how not to fall down to Bargenberg anymore, so I'm fine. Man, I'm really scared of Bargenberg. But honestly, with how much I've had to be there, how many times I had to to retry all those jumps, can you blame me? Yes, you can, but please don't. Honestly, if more errors were like this year though, especially in the second and third quest, I really wouldn't mind playing more Jump King. I mean, I'm not minding playing Jump King right now either, otherwise I wouldn't be playing it. I've long left these times behind me where I'm forcing myself to play through games that I don't like. Unless they're called Shin Megami Tensei, in which case, nah. With Shin Megami Tensei, I like it. That's the problem. I like it and I don't like some of the mechanics. I'm in a mixed state between that. It's the problem. That was just dumb. Yeah. But back when I was younger, I did a thing like, I bought this game, I'm gonna play it whether I like it or not, and I figured out that my time is worth more than playing a game that I don't like. Even if that means that sometimes I don't play a game that I really think like I should enjoy it. I think actually Hollow Knight was the last game that, that I did force myself through. It all comes back. Yeah, if I don't enjoy a game, I have so many other games that I could play that I'd rather play those. I still have probably at least a handful of games that I want to stream, for that matter, and that's without Slay the Spire, which can easily take like all my remaining time on Earth. I may have a problem. I actually double checked, and Slay the Spire is my most played game on Steam. Which probably means that it's beaten Heroes of Might and Magic 3 in gameplay time. Sadly, I don't have any stats for that game. Since it's, well, I started playing that when I was super young, so I didn't have Steam back then. Steam didn't exist back then. But ooh, that's a bad position. But yeah, I used to play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 a lot when I was younger. It's kind of an off again, on again, off again kind of game for me. Whereas when I play it to death, and then I don't play it for years. But it's such a good game from my childhood that still has a cult following, probably. Nuts. I mean, not cult following, but still, it still has a strong community from what I know. Like, there's still a modding community that has, and is, I think, still actively working on a fan expansion, which even has new internet connectivity, like new proper servers. Which, sadly, I am in need of using, because when I play with my friends, one of my friends, for some reason, we cannot get a direct connection going on. It used to work in the past. So it's not like, oh, have you checked if your router's port forwarding? Nothing has changed, but for some reason, at some point, the games, every game that has direct connectivity just refuses to work between the two of us, and we don't know why. Not even Hamachi or anything like that, like any port forwarding services, or tunneling services rather, those don't work either, and we don't know why. But with the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 mod, Haunted the Abyss, I think it's called, since that has proper servers, we can actually make use of those and still play together. That and the mod does provide, like, enough new content to make it fresh, but not too much new content to make it feel alien. That was too early. Correct. And the new content that they do provide does feel very, like it has definitely the same spirit of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 as the proper game. Man, I want to play Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Although, for how much I've played it, I don't think I've ever beaten the actual campaign of the game. I remember the campaign getting super hard by the end of it. And that being the main factor why I never beat it. Crud. Oops, almost fell down. Walked straight off. Yeah. Maybe I should stream Heroes of Might and Magic 3 campaign. So I can finally say I've beaten it fair and square. Though personally, I think the best content of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is still the, like, just playing random maps, not the campaign. Is that good enough? No, that was a bit too far away. Yeah, I'm so disappointed that the newer, or do the okay, I'm so disappointed that the newer Heroes of Might and Magic games are utter crap, but that's not what I want to say. Yeah, that the like I don't think any Heroes of Might and Magic after the third one had any map generator. At least I don't recall any of them having it. But yeah, sadly, for me at least, 3 was kind of the high point when it comes to Heroes of Might and Magic. 4 was still good, but different. 5 was... Six is 5, but better. 6 was actually pretty decent, but I didn't like some of the changes that they did. So I would still play it if a friend only has Heroes of Might and Magic 6, but not 3. But yeah, I'd still prefer 3 over it. And 7 is trash. Unless I miscounted, but I think it's 7 that was supposed to be really trash. Like, pretty much just... not being shovelware, oh, nuts. But, being a low quality product, and you can tell it. And I'm not sure what happened, I didn't look enough into the reasons of why the latest Heroes of Might and Magic is so bad. If it's different developers, or if they just had a lack of funding, or I don't know. Either way, it's sad that... ooh, got cocky there. It's sad that the newest release is so bad. And before anybody asks me why it's bad, a lot of it. I only took a look at it. I don't even think I've played it. I don't think I bought it. But I heard a lot of things, and pretty much everything's just worse. Like the graphics aren't as good as you'd expect from a game of its time. The mechanics are somehow worse. The combat is worse. But what exactly, yeah, I couldn't tell anymore. It's been too long since I've taken a look at it. But and if anybody here enjoys Heroes of Might and Magic 7, yeah, go ahead. I'm not telling you what to like and not to like. It's just from what I've seen and heard, the game is not up to par with... oh, that was way too late. With the other Heroes of Might and Magic games. boy. Bit too much. Oh, oh. Alright, let's just wait for the wind to turn. There we go. Didn't I say something about if I fall down too many times I'm gonna quit? But I've never fallen out of this area here. So does it really count as falling down? Yes, yes it does. Ah! I should have said anything! That was the one area where it could hurt! Can I just plummet down here? Okay, I can. Then do a really short hop. Too short? Ooh. Ooh. That was a close one. Maybe I should stop. I did fall back down to the previous area. But right now I still know all the mechanics is the problem. Like if I waited till next stream I might have forgotten, depending on what I'm streaming again. Okay, one more attempt. It is getting late after all. Then again, I did name the stream here Late Night Jumping for a reason. Maybe I should just quit, huh? Why am I bumping against that platform all of a sudden? I thought that jump was so easy until now. There we go. I guess that's the biggest poison when playing Jump King. You underestimating the difficulty of each individual jump. Getting too comfortable and then BAM! You'll end up all the way back in Bargenberg. Which, yes, one of the big reasons why I keep naming it is because it's pretty much the only name I still know of the areas. Like this here is Windswept something, the previous was some kind of no, not ruin. I forgot. Case in point. A little close. Should be fine. Yes. Whew. This is not fine though. I can never make that jump to the right. I'll bump my head. And then fall all the way back down again. Or something. Okay, that's good, that's good. Close. Ah, no. Okay. I'll wait for the wind to stop. I think I can't make it to the left of the platform otherwise. I think I'd just be pushed under. Like this. But as long as it's only one screen, I don't mind too much. I probably should jump a little bit further to the left so that I can... Ugh. Yeah, that's... I mean, it didn't fall down, that's the thing that matters most. Okay. That's too much again, isn't it? Ooh. That would have been a perfect jump. Why did I not do a full jump? Oh well. Yeah. As much as the snow helps with the wind, it's also really awkward how you have so much trouble repositioning yourself because of it. Well, I think I just want to, yeah, reset. And that's the safest option. In the grand scheme of things, I should be saving time if I just take my time. That was just a failed attempt at trying out something new. Is that good enough? I don't think it is, but what I'm gonna do. Oh, yeah, no. Nah, okay, that's fine. Let's reset. Nope, that wasn't resetting. Is this still working? Yes, that's decent. I need to go a little bit further to the left. There we go. Perfect. Crud. How did I mistime it like this? I mean, I know exactly how I just mistimed it. Genius deduction there, NCS. Okay. Couple of short hops to the edge. Come on, one more. And hop. Why is that not working anymore? It used to. Weird. Is that too close to the edge? Ah, the wind is strong enough. Good. You have a bit of a curve to your jump when you let yourself be carried by the wind entirely. Is that too much? No, that's fine still. Yeah, let's wait for the wind. I was thinking if I should just hop to the left while the wind is blowing strongly to the right, but that seemed like a disaster waiting to happen. Just wait for me to finally get back up to the top platform and then mess it up somehow anyway. It's gonna happen, just wait. I think I just need to let myself get carried by the wind to the left. And there was a platform there. That's not what I meant, game, but close enough. Can I just... No. I should have just gone to the left from the get-go, it seems. Oh, it's not that easy, though. If that just full jumps carried by the wind. I think it is. But I'm scared. I got the coin! And I made it up here. Checkpoint! I think. Yes. Woo! I'm super close to the end now. I could, in theory, fall all the way back down to Bargenberg to... And that's a gold ring, not a gold coin. It's probably not even worth anything for that guy that wanted to give up. Hell no. To, you know, get the money for the shoes. Save and quit. Yes. I'm ending for today. I'm not making any more. And I just thought, why did the music not stop when I ended the game? And then I remembered, oh, right, it's my own playlist. Which incidentally is called Minamo 2. You know what, Jump King? Shut up for a second. This song here is... This song shall be our outro song. It served us so well. Oh. But yeah, that platform that I just went through, that is a checkpoint. From what I've seen, or heard, or both, you have to be an idiot to fall back down there. Which, to be fair... just wait for me to make it happen. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and next time, we might be beating the game. So look forward to that. Or another 2 streams of me trying and failing miserably, but let's stay positive, right? So anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.